I rarely read books. It's not something I'm excited about. And the reason is because books are a huge investment of time. A book can range from 5 all the way up to 20 hours of time that you spend reading it and learning from it. That's why I've always been a fan of podcasts. But as you probably can guess from the title of this video, there are 3 books that I want to share with you that are 1000% worth every single second that you spend reading each page. That's exactly what we're discussing on this week's episode of MasterTalk. Hi everyone, I hope you're having a fantastic week. Brett from MasterTalk here, your go-to channel to mastering your talk. And today we're covering something a bit more different than public speaking, but rather how to live a better life. So let's get into the 3 books that you absolutely need to read in your lifetime. Number 1, Thirst by Scott Harrison. The biggest issue I see with purpose-driven entrepreneurs is we want to make a change, we want to make a difference, but we have no clue how. Like, what do? Do we get a camera and start shooting photos? Do we get a job and help somebody, go to a food shelter? There's no answer to the question. And Thirst has been an amazing read to me because it helped me get really clear on how I should make an impact in the world through MasterTalk and also through Charity Water, which is what the story is about. What's specifically interesting about Scott in the context of public speaking, so Scott Harrison's the CEO of the charity, is the way in how he leveraged storytelling to get a lot of people to donate money to his organization. He's actually raised over $300 million for charity in only 12 years, starting from nothing. And he actually used to be a nightclub promoter, which is actually interesting in and of itself. So that's why I love Thirst, because it's a great tale on how you can literally go from a nightclub promoter, somebody who has nothing to do with changing the world, to creating an organization that has literally changed the cultural paradigm of our lives and how we look at change. So check it out. The book's a New York Times bestseller, and it's also endorsed by many of the greats that we look at today, like Bill Gates, Richard Branson, Arianna Huffington, and Brene Brown. So check it out and let me know what you think of the read. Number 2, 0 to 1 by Peter Thiel. In the last 20 years, we've seen so many great technologies come to life. PayPal, Facebook, Twitter, and all of these great companies. But what if I told you that most of those companies all stem from employees of PayPal, otherwise known as the PayPal Mafia? Peter Thiel has not only built PayPal, but he's also built Palantir. Elon Musk has not just built SpaceX, but he's also built Tesla, and he was a co-founder of PayPal as well. And what this book answers the question of is, why has so many PayPal employees? Why did they go on to build such successful companies and startups? And what's great about Thiel's work is he helps us understand how to actually build the future by asking us a fundamental question that we should all think about, which is, what is the truth that you believe in that most people disagree with you on? Thiel believes in this idea that all of the great companies, all of the great ideas, and all of the things that we essentially use in our day-to-day lives are always based on secrets. Secrets that a small group of people believe to be true, that the vast majority of society think is crazy. A good example is PayPal. If I told you in 1998 that we were going to be able to email money to each other, you would look at me and say, email money to each other? Are you crazy in your head? But that's PayPal. If I told you that you are going to sleep in strangers' houses and pay them for it, you're gonna say, yeah, this guy's a bit crazy, but that's Airbnb. Every great company, every great idea stems from a secret, and he challenges us to find the own secrets in our own life. And on a side note, my entire YouTube channel is entirely based on that book and the ideas within that book. So I highly recommend you check out the read. And finally, number 3, Give and Take by Adam Grant. So Adam is an organizational behavioral psychologist from the University of Pennsylvania. And what's amazing about him is the way in how he looks at giving versus taking from other people. So in the book, he essentially describes 3 types of people: givers, takers, and matchers. So givers are people who like to give, and expect nothing in return. Takers are people who take a lot of stuff, give me this, give me that, and don't reciprocate. And a matcher is someone who gives as equally as he takes. So if you give me something, I'll give you something. And he argues in the book that givers in the long term always win in the end. And what's interesting about this read is that it challenges the conventional wisdom that we think about it. Because we always think about, the whole idea of if you're last, you're a loser. Nice guys finish last. You should never be nice or you'll never win in life, because life is a competition. And Adam helps us believe and challenges us to think that, hey, being a giver is actually what will make you successful. Here's a quick example. If you were bad with everyone in your life, okay, you were nasty to everybody, and you start having success in your life, everyone around you will boo you. They'll say, oh, you didn't deserve that. You're always bad to other people. You don't deserve this accomplishment. But what if you were a giver? What if you were someone who helped other people all the time? Well, as you're getting more successful, people aren't booing you anymore. People aren't tearing you down. Instead, they're actually cheering you on. Hey, you're awesome. You got this. Go after the next milestone. And he spends 300 pages arguing, very well, I would say, that givers always beat takers in the end. Look, I'm not going to hide anything. I don't like books, but these books, the 3 books that I've recommended to you, I believe are a great investment of your time. They're actually books I revisit every couple of years because the insights, the knowledge is so important that it's worth checking out a second and a third time. So use this knowledge to get better, to thrive, to grow, and more importantly, to build something worth building. As always, if you enjoyed this week's episode of MasterTalk, sort of MasterTalk, not really, be sure to smash the like button because I'd really appreciate it, and subscribe to the YouTube channel as well. If you know someone who likes books or doesn't like books, send them this video so they'll be one step closer to mastering something else but their talk. Take care.